get this one started. And off we go from Minneapolis. Ty Chandler now to bring it back. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. Here's the Minnesota offense taking the field for the first time. They're led out by the number 3 overall pick back in the 2018 draft. Out of USC, it's Sam Darnold.
I don't know about you, Mike, but my biggest takeaway from our meeting with him was just how important it is that they get off to a fast start. He made it very clear. They wanted to put their opponent on their heels right from the jump. So I think early in this game, they're going to come out swinging right from their opening whistle.
From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Throwing to open it up is Darnold. That one incomplete. He was looking for Jordan Addison that time. And it'll be 2nd down.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds. The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
Throwing on 3rd down is Darnold. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
3rd down is the down that pass rushers live for. More often than not, they know it's a passing situation, and they get to just pin their ears back and go. Here early in this game, they're able to bring down the quarterback, and I got a feeling this won't be the last time.
So on 4th down, out comes Ryan Wright to punt for Minnesota. Josh Downs set to return for the Colts. And he looks up and he's taken down right away. Maybe fortunate just to hold on to the ball as he was tackled immediately after hauling that one in. The Colts offense going to take the field here for the first time. They're led by their man at quarterback out of the University of Florida. It's Anthony Richardson.
Mike, when you look around the league, there's just not a lot of quarterbacks that look and can play to the style of Anthony Richardson. He can make every throw on the field. He's big. He can run for power, run with speed. As he continues to iron out some of those flaws from coming out of college, he lost his rookie season to injury. Here in year 2, I wouldn't be shocked by year end if he's a household name.
And this play going nowhere. He is taken down behind the line of scrimmage on their first play of the game.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
They'll go again here with Taylor. And some good blocking, springing up a gain of 9 as we get to 3rd down.
Very positive returns on that run. I mean, really the only thing not to like is that they weren't able to move the chains. But you know what? The way he ran there, I think they go right back to him and see if he has even a bigger carry in him.
They'll try and run for this. It's Taylor. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
So, on 4th down, the Colts send out Rigoberto Sanchez to punt. Brandon Powell returns for the Vikings. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Vikings offense ready now for their 2nd drive. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. Now here's Aaron Jones. Yeah! Still keeping the legs moving, somehow managing to turn that into a gain. Here's a 2nd and 9. They run it once more with Jones. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now it's 3rd down. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. He'll try and get there on the ground.
And that just can't happen. 3rd and long, just understand, contain the ball, rally tackle, just get the ball carrier on the ground. Not only not able to get to him inside the pocket, he's able to extend the play with his legs and pick up a huge, long 1st down.
On the handoff, Jones. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 38-yard line. 2nd down and 8. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
Here's Ryan Wright now. He's on for the 2nd time. He'll try to get something inside the 10. The Colts offense ready to see what they can do on their 2nd possession. They start with outstanding field position, trying to get the first points of this game. It'll be 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Richardson. Catch made. That's Woods. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. From the gun, Richardson. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked up by the veteran, Harrison Smith.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's position. Being able to get himself to a spot, get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. They'll start out first down and 10. Play fake to Jones, now Darnold. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
We've seen a little bit of a transformation across the defensive tackle position. And what I mean, Mike, is years ago, they were on the interior of the line to stuff the run. They were big bodies taking up space. Now, not only do you have to defend the run, you have to be able to win one-on-one matchups and get to the quarterback.
One quarter in the books here on a Thursday night. 0-0 is the score. More from the Twin Cities in a moment. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. They'll go play action with Darnold. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
3rd and long. Darnold. Here comes the screen to Jones.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
Here's the punter now. And remember, the last time they tried this, he had it blocked. Here's Downs to return. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. Here's the Indianapolis offense. Now as they get set to take over once more, they'll begin with terrific starting field position. It gets going with 1st and 10. Throwing, Richardson. Now he takes off. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
They'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. Richardson will give it to Taylor. And he's going to be stopped well behind the line of scrimmage. A play going absolutely nowhere.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
And this one is caught by Pierce. Well, that helps. It's going to be a much more manageable 3rd down, getting some good yardage on that 2nd down play.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
From the gun on 3rd down, Richardson. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
Looked like a pass protection breakdown. They had 5 offensive linemen and a running back in the backfield. I promise you, somebody was assigned to that linebacker, but he timed the blitz perfectly. He ran through and was able to bring him down for a big sack.
quarterback Gay on now for the Colts field goal try. Spotted at the 45. This is a 55-yard attempt. Gay's kick is good. And the Colts will take a 3-0 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
So after the field goal to open up the scoring, the kicker's back out for this kickoff. Chandler now to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Vikings offense back onto the field for their next possession. The offense is a little slow to start percolating. 3-0 the score as they begin this drive with a 1st and 10. They'll run it with Jones to begin this drive. He'll get this ahead for about 3. Zaire Franklin that time there for the tackle.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7. Again, it's Jones. And he'll pick his way forward, a gain of about 5. And that's going to set up 3rd down.
That's the gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll put Addison in motion. 3rd and short yardage, and here's Darnold. He'll get this out to the left flat. Searching for some kind of seed to go forward. It's not there. They get him behind the line. 4th down coming up.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough 3rd down situation, and now it brings up 4th down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
Here's their punter now, as he is on to punt for Minnesota. A fair catch taken, and they're going to start right at their own 20-yard line. The Colts offense ready to see what they can do. They'll look to build on their 3-0 lead as this drive starts with a 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll start with Taylor. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down. Two minutes remain in a 3-0 first half. We'll have more from Minneapolis. After this, here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Richardson. That's complete. Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
He's got the big man, Mo Alley Cox. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line.
And this is why most teams, Mike, decide to take the ball first after the halftime break, because they want to be able to control this middle 4. At the end of the first half, you can use your timeouts. You can use some strategy to steal an extra possession. If they're able now to go down and come away with points, they'll have a chance to double it up again right after the halftime break.
And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now the Colts will use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Richardson to throw here on 1st and 10. That's the tight end, Mo Cox. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Looking to throw, Richardson. He tosses over the middle. This one is caught. And he will score. Mo Cox. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
You hear coaches, you hear commentators, everybody talks about that middle four, Mike, the final 2 minutes of the second quarter and the first 2 minutes of the third quarter. Here they are now. They go down and they steal a late touchdown to end the half. Remember, they're going to get the ball first coming out of the break.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Colts are out to a 10-0 lead. Very little time remaining in this first half as this kick is away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. They'll come up here 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5.
35-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
So we reach halftime, and the visiting Colts are on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando now, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Mike, thank you. More from you and Greg in a moment. But for now, welcome one and all to our EA Sports halftime reports. The second half is straight ahead. Time to get back to it. And for the call, let's rejoin Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Coach, second half drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Third quarter set to commence, and we're back underway here on EA Sports. Josh Downs now on the return. And And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Colts offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, trying to add to it. It begins with first down. They'll start this on the ground. It's Taylor. And that'll be a pickup of 3.
He's brought down at the 31. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They face 2nd down and 7. Richardson operating from the pistol. Now he'll run it. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
On 1st and 10, here's Richardson. He'll take off again. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. They'll stop it here. We have an injured Viking to tend to. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. To throw, it's Richardson. He'll run again. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
We've seen this quarterback have some effective plays with his legs all game today, Mike. He knows when to stay in there and look to pass, but he also knows when it's time to tuck it and go, and he's able to pick up good yardage there.
On 1st down, it's Richardson. A whole lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. Stephon Gilmore there defensively to break it up.
You just can't say enough about how hard it is to play cornerback in today's modern NFL, Mike. I mean, not only are these wide receivers better than ever, but the way the rules are written, you're really out there on an island with not a lot of options. Your technique has to be perfect. Your timing has to be perfect. It's exactly what we saw here, and he makes a great play on the ball. And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
Coming open is Pierce. It's on target. And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. Now Richardson completing this one to downs.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells. So they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. they've got to defend the entire playbook, and so far they've done a great job on this drive doing just that.
And he gets to the outside and takes it in. Anthony Richardson, touchdown, Indy.
You can just see the comfort, Mike, that this offense continues to play with. The early momentum in the first half has carried here after the break, and you can see this group just slowly starting to pull away.
And I'm thinking, Greg, about the guys on the other side. You're waiting at halftime, that other offense waiting to get back on the field. What happens? They come right out, extend the lead, and now the task gets a lot tougher for this second half. Now Gay for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Colts move further out in front. It is now 17-0. So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. Chandler now to return it. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Vikings offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. They trail this one 17-0 now. Really need to find some inspiration, some momentum on this drive, as they'll begin here with first down. In motion, it's Jefferson. The drive begins with a carry by Jones. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard.
Number one rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed back.
And he's into a slide to avoid the contact. Does so successfully, and it's a first down. 15 yards the pickup. Good for a first down.
Mike, this is great awareness by the quarterback manipulating the pocket. He feels the pressure coming on around him, but so often the soft spot is moving up in the pocket. That's exactly what he does. Takes off down the middle of the field, picks up good yardage, and a first down.
He'll inch forward for maybe a yard. That's E.J. Speed getting in there to make the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Darnold. Quick throw, taken in. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
To the left side here, caught by Addison. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
He'll let this go deep for Jefferson. And the Colts are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
The Colts offense make their way out to take over once more. And they're going to hear it from this crowd. They're backed up deep as they start 1st and 10. A run with Taylor. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
A 3-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Throwing is Richardson. Quick throw here is complete. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the 1st down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
First and 10. Give up the middle to Taylor. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that 1st down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
A good spot here. 2nd and a yard. Here's Richardson. Going to keep this himself. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
This defense has had their share of troubles trying to contain this quarterback today, Mike. This time they go to the zone read. The defender goes after the running back, and the quarterback pulls it, keeps it himself, and has a huge gain for a 1st down.
They'll work the middle here with Taylor. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. Off the zone read, this is Richardson. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Anthony Richardson, I mean, it's not hard to see why they want to get the ball in his hands as often as possible, both as a passer, but when you can get him as a designed runner, his size and speed, he is a handful for defenses.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They'll run out of the gun. It's Taylor. Strong running there. Inside the 30. On the move with a gain of 9.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 29-yard line.
2nd and a yard. Now it's Richardson. He'll keep it, and he'll get a couple of yards, and that's good enough for the 1st down.
Sometimes, Mike, the best plan is also the simplest plan. And for this team, just snap the ball to your quarterback, let him find some daylight, and go get that 1st down himself.
He's going to keep this again. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. 2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Out of the gun, here's a give to Taylor. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So third down forthcoming. Going to try to pick up the first down with his own read. This will not do the trick. They've stopped it behind the line. Fourth down coming up.
Clearly, the play caller here is thinking that the defense is going to be completely zoned in on stopping the running back, thinking he can catch them off guard with the quarterback keep. The defense was prepared for both guys, and they now force fourth down.
Matt Gay coming on for this field goal try. Officially, it's a 36-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Colts open it up a bit further. They now lead 20-0.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Chandler now to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The home team's offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. Over the middle, that's the tight end, Hockenson. So now a timeout for the Vikings. That is their first. And they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. That's caught once again by Hockenson. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. This one brought in by Hockenson. And he's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. They'll put Addison in motion. To throw again is Darnold. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
On third and a yard, here's Darnold. Trying to set up the screen, but it is not there. He just had to spike it. It's incomplete, and it'll bring up fourth down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
He's got a receiver. It's Addison. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. A gain of 21. as they get the conversion on 4th down.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Here we go. One final play. He'll let this go towards the end zone. And the Colts are going to come up with a late turnover, but it will only matter to the stat keeper. This ball game is over. So this one, a win for the visiting Colts. They were the aggressors from the start, able to dictate the pace of play, and in the end, they come away with the victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Minneapolis.